Let's map liquidity and narrate price delivering this week. Remember, this is not about prediction of price, no, but mapping liquidity and then narrating price delivering for both the upside and the downside of the market. Let's go in. So here we are starting with Nasdaq as usual. We are going to be working out from our weekly dealing range. So on the Nasdaq, where our weekly dealing range. For Nasdaq, we'll be taking our dealing range high at this level, and then our dealing range low, which is this level, the 22,969 levels as the low and the 26,220 as the high. We've got in our dealing range. The question is, where is price at this moment? Are we on discount? Are we on premium on the side within the dealing range? So we can boldly say we are on the premium side of the market at the moment of this narrative. And then the next question is, where was price coming from? Price was coming from the discount level after taking out a weekly low at this level. And then we have created this new range, which we are using at this point in time. So we drop to our daily time frame. So the question is, where is price likely to go to this week? Are we going higher or are we going lower? So the reason for this channel is to map out liquidity on both sides. What are the areas that will be attracting price and the area both on the upside and the downside. So having gotten our daily range using the weekly time frame, we are dropping on the daily time frame to begin to find out the areas price will likely get to on the upside if price continue to go down, and then the areas price what price be seeking on the downside when price starts going down. So for the new week, we've already mapped out as price took out a high as at last week, a weekly high as at last week. So the question is, what will price likely do? The area where price is at this moment is a very important key level on Nasdaq, the previous highs on the daily time frame. So where are the price likely to get to this week? What will price likely to do? So if we drop on the our lower time frame, maybe the one hedge, we are seeking those areas that price may apparently things that may apparently attract price to those level. Next, we'll be looking at this level, which is a previous week high. So price might likely run those previous week high because the level where price is a very good area for price to take a turn. And price may likely run this previous week high if it didn't create another week as the market opens on Sunday. And the next level, this is the first level, the previous week level, which is the level 25,227 levels. The next level will be this monthly order block, which is the 25,260 levels. That's a monthly order block level. And then the next level that price might likely run to if it decides to continue to go up a little bit before if it then reverse at this particular point in time. If it didn't drop at this particular point in time, price might likely get also to the weekly order block, which is the 25,315 level before getting to this level. Yeah. But then when price is ready to start coming down, where are the areas price will likely be drawn to? First of all, we want to see price rebalancing this inefficiency. There has been an inefficiency in the price delivering. So we want to see price rebalancing and fill this level, which is the 24,780 level to the 24,235 level, which include a gap at this particular level using the daily time frame. If price continue a little bit, it might apparently get to this other block on the daily time frame, which is the 24,038 level. Those are the level we are looking at before price might get to this weekly other block at the 23,764 level. Those are the level we'll be focusing on the Nasdaq this particular week. We want to see price get a little bit higher before coming down to this area. Like I said, remember, we are not predicting price. We are just mapping out liquidities on both sides of the market that price we get to before moving to the other side of the market. So the next pair we'll be jumping into will be our British pound USD. So we've already mapped out the areas we are looking at on British pound USD. So again, we'll start with our weekly daily range. The areas we are looking at on British pound USD. First, we are using this daily range high on the weekly, which is the 37.34 level high, and then the low, which is the 31.59 level as the low. So within the range, the question is price at the discount level or premium level? For British pound USD, price is apparently at the equilibrium level. So price still has room either to go up a little bit or just take a little rebalance from here. So what are the areas we are watching on British pound USD? Remember, we are not predicting price, mapping out liquidity, and narrating price, delivering into those levels. So let's drop on our lower time frame. We are using the 1H in this scenario. So first, price took out these previous daily highs on the British pound USD. Where was price coming from? Price was coming from weekly order block. After that, price took out these daily highs at this level, which is at the 34.79 level. So what next will price do? First, like I said, we'll be looking at this particular level the previous week high for price probably to run out this previous week high, which is the 34.77 level. If price continue a little bit, it might also get to this daily order block, which is the 34.88 level before price could seek the next level, which is away from us, which is a fair value gap on the weekly. Yes. But then, like I said, where price is sitting at this moment is a very good place for price to turn around and rebalances itself, even if it must continue to go up. So at this level, we've said that we are looking at price to run the previous week high. Our paraventure gets to the order block on the daily time frame. So on the downside of the market, which areas are we focusing or expecting price to get to on the downside of the market? Like also the Nasdaq that has inefficiency, also British pound price may likely get back to fill this inefficiency in price delivering, and also a fair value gap at this level. Price might fill this inefficiency, which is between the level, the 33.81 level to that 33.03 level, and probably gets to this fair value gap, which is the 32.87 level. And if price continue beats more down, then we might see price get to this other block on the 32.26 level on British pound USD. These are the areas we keep our eyes on, both the downside and upside of the market, which we've mapped out on those levels. The next pair be moving out, remember, is not prediction of price. Mapping liquidity, narrating price delivering. We move to our Euro USD next. Also on the Euro USD, where are we looking at? Starting again from the weekly to narrate our price and liquidity narrative. So on the Euro USD, we also focus on our dealing range weekly high. We are looking at this level, which is the 1928 level, while our low is this level, which is the 1413 level. So the next question also, which area is price? Price apparently is at this level, which is also a premium zone. Where was price coming from? Price after price took out a previous old monthly low here and then reverses to the upside. At this moment, this is where we are at this level. What are our expectation this week? The likelihood where price might likely go to. We are narrating both the upside and the downside of the market. Once again, if we drop to our a bit lower time frame, we normally use the 15 minutes or the 1H. So what are the areas we are looking at price to get to? The key attraction on the upside level, we are looking at this previous week high, which is the 1739 level fixed, for price to also run out this high if pricing creates another high, maybe using the Sunday. And next, if this place is not holding price, price may likely gets to this monthly order block. So also in Euro USD, price is at a critical or a very important zone at this particular point in time. Price might run to this monthly order block, which is the 1745 level. So we keep our eyes on that area on the upside of Euro USD before price could even get to this other level, which is the order block on the weekly time frame, the 1780 level before these other levels here, which we are not expecting price to get to immediately. So on the downside of the market, which areas are we looking at on the downside of the market? Just like also Nasdaq and British Pound USD, Euro USD has also created has in inefficiency of price delivering on the downside, which is this level. So price returning back to this level, which is the 1650 level to the 1606 levels. And if it continues down, we might expect price to get to this fair value gap on the 1589 level before this weekly order block, the 1572 level. Who knows? It might also get to this level, which is an order block on the daily time frame, the 1538 level on the downside. So these are the narrative of the British Pound USD, Euro USD, and the USTEC USD this week. We expect price to get to a particular level on the upside before coming down to these zones on the downside. This is our narrative this week on USTEC and British Pound USD and Euro USD. Remember, we are not predicting price, just mapping out liquidity and narrating price delivering into those areas. It's always structure over speculation. That's our narrative this week. Thank you.